Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing my weekly melt and empties weekly wax melts and empties. I'm very new to this. I just started doing this last week with them combined, like the non-empties and the empties, but you guys seem to really like it, and I just think it'll be more convenient of a style for me to do for at least the next couple of weeks, and then if it continues to go well, I may just continue it. But it alleviates the hassle of like having to do two separate videos and like separate everything. I can just like all mash it together and talk to you guys about it. So let's start with the candles. I am doing a bit of a vlog. We'll see how it turns out. I used to do weekly vlogs and then I feel like my life is so boring, but Hi, it's Vicky kind of has inspired me to start back up again. So I mentioned this there, but I don't think it'll be up before this video goes up. But I'm kind of working on a couple different candles, almost like a candle project pan unofficially. The first one is Goose Creek White Icing Cinnamon Rolls. So I actually like had marked these candles, and I literally marked them like less than a week ago. So, but I actually had marked them because I kind of want to like I said, do an unofficial project pan. So this is one of them. These Goose Creek candles, I love how they burn, but I also hate how they burn. They are like so hot, and like I'll probably trim these wicks just because the wicks, if they're this long, I feel like the flames get so high. So I'll probably trim these up, but I have made a bit of progress on this one. I need to get better about lighting it. I feel like I just get lazy with like relighting these over and over with having to trim the wicks every time. But I need to get better about that because I really want to like truly see how those candles burn. Like, how long do they really last? Do they start getting sooty? Do you need to like babysit them? You know, I really want to get a good feel on them. And then I figured this one would also be a good one. It was the Mainstays apple cider donut. So I marked it a couple times because right on this side, it kind of like didn't pull out all the way. I like marked it in a bad spot, like farthest away from all the wicks. I don't know why I did that. So then I actually like remarked it on this other side of the label that seemed to pull out a little bit better. Not that that's any closer to any of the wicks, but it seemed to do better on that side. I don't know. So it's kind of just an experiment. Also, I might need to trim off the little mushrooms from this guy, but this one, it's really not like overly fall to me. Like, I feel like I enjoy it, and so I'm just gonna try and get some use out of it just because I feel like I need to continually work through my candles and not just like wait for a day off or something. Like, otherwise I feel like I won't go through them. So I've been trying to do that with those two. On one of my days off or days at home or something, I lit up Goose Creek Peppermint Mocha Milkshake. And here's the deal, guys. On cold, this smells so good. And first of all, I love the pink. But when it was burning, it just was like so kerosene-y. I don't know, like I felt like I could only smell the wicks burning, and it's not like overly strong. So I don't know if just the throw was so light, like that was totally overtaking it. Because I feel like what I smell on cold, I was not getting any part of that while it was actually burning. So I find with a lot of candles that I've been burning recently, I need to burn them at least twice to see, like, do I get past that? Like, because sometimes on the first burn, it's almost like whatever it's burning off the wick or the top layer is just like, doesn't do well for me. And then every other burn, it seems to do fine, but worst case, this will go in the crock, but I'm going to try to do it at least one more time to see if that goes away, because sometimes it fixes itself. If it doesn't, like I said, it will go in the crock just because I do enjoy the scent of it. It's not to the point where I'm like, give it to somebody else, but that was just kind of disappointing. And it is a lighter scent, so I could see why, if there is any smell from like the wicks burning, how it would overtake the scent. But so that was kind of a bummer, but good to know. And then another candle I burned was Sugared Snickerdoodle. This is a White Barn version. And this one really didn't pull out very well, but also the wicks are kind of not necessarily centered. Like I could see why this happened. This didn't throw very strong, but I did test it in my open concept. So then I only burned this one time. The next time I probably burn it, I'll probably test it here in my office to see if it does any better. Worst case, if this goes in the crock, it'll be a fantastic performer, I feel like. Just because you can easily smell it on cold. But I think since I was in my open concept, it just might have been too big of space. I don't know that I necessarily had the kerosene wick problem with this one, so that gives me hope. It just didn't throw as good. So worst case, it'll go in the crock, but needs another test. Okay, let's talk about these two quick. So I went through another cube of the Goose Creek Marshmallow Red Velvet. I love this one. It really just, it smells like red velvet cake, honestly, but it has such that like rich, cakey note. And you know how red velvet has like chocolate chips or like a chocolatiness? It smells so good. It's so decadent. It's not like the most long lasting, and I don't feel like any chocolate scent is the most long lasting, but I really enjoy it. And I feel like it travels really well. So, I find that it does do better in like a 25 watt warmer, like a hotter warmer. Just this wax, I feel like it does better that way. So I will continue to work on that. I did finish off the Aldi Huntington Home apple cider. And I really wanted to finish this off because this is very like fall to me. I usually don't care about season, but this is like very, very fall cidery to me. So I just kind of wanted to get through it. You could maybe, it's really fall, honestly. Once again, I don't love this wax. Like, I think I'm just figuring out that like, I really just prefer the Scentsy wax, and like Bath and Body Works candles, like they just perform the best for me. And so these like one-off brands just aren't doing that great. This wax in particular is pretty hard. Maybe not, I mean, it's probably in the same range as like Walmart. But it's fairly fragrant and it does okay. It's just hard. It really needs like a decent amount of heat to really get going. Okay, so moving on to all of the Scentsy items. I am an independent Scentsy consultant, just so you guys are aware. First, I want to talk about something I've never talked about before, but I want to talk about some oils because I've recently been diffusing some oils. So I recently hauled these. The first one is Marshmallow Buttercream. And so these are the only ones I've tested so far. So I'm coming to you with a little bit of an update. I've actually used a decent amount of this one. I really like this one, honestly. It's really just like sweet vanilla marshmallow buttercream. It's like the perfect name. I don't find it to be like strong necessarily. I think it'll be really good to like mix with other things, especially like fruitiness or even maybe ones that I don't love as much, just to like sweeten them up a bit. And then the next one I got, these were both retiring for the fall winter, so that's why I picked them up. It's the cardamom and vanilla. This one is a little bit spicy. It was like unexpected. It like, I think the cardamom gives it like a different note. It's like, I'm trying to think of how to describe it. It's like spicy, but not in like a cinnamon spicy way. And I'm assuming it's how cardamom smells. I don't know. But I think I'm going to have to, I'm going to maybe try to do it in a more like open area and see if it does any better. I just did it here in my office and it was like kind of overtaking the place, if you know what I mean. So I might try to do it in a more open area on its own and see how it does. Worst case, I'll probably end up mixing it with something else, maybe like fruity. I'm gonna have to try some like blends that I want to do with it. I tried to do it with the Marshmallow Buttercream as well, but this wasn't sweet enough to overpower the like spicy smell. So like I said, I'm still gonna need to like test some things out and figure out how I wanna do anything with that. So if you have a suggestion of maybe like what to try mixing with this, let me know. I don't know how to describe the scent other than that it was spicy. And then just today I tested out this is one of the new ones actually for the spring summer catalog. It's candied violet and plum. And honestly, let me open it. Just on like initial like smelling it right here, I think I was coming to realize like I don't like violet, and so I was like, oh no, like I'm a little bit nervous, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give it a fair shot. I really want to test all of them to really see like what's it like. And so I tested it once again in my office and it did fabulous. Like I'm really enjoying it. So that gives me hope for the wax that contains violet. Like maybe once it warms up and gets going, like mixing with the other scents, I might like it more than I do on cold. Because I actually like this way more than I was expecting to, just like sniffing it right out of the bottle. Obviously this is very concentrated in here, so once you like actually diffuse it with water, it changes it quite a bit. So I'm pretty impressed with this one. Okay, I will be testing out some more of those and we'll report back. Things I didn't empty from Scentsy. Worked on this bad boy. I only have this little cube left. If you can call that a cube, it's maybe a little bit more than a cube, I don't know. Don't know exactly where I'm gonna warm that, just because I like to do this in my office and I have 2 warmers in my office, and I don't know that cutting this in half will cut it, but maybe I'll end up doing that. Worst case, if I bust into the next row, I guess who cares, but I need to cut the next row. This one's so good. It has that chocolatey smell again, which I really like. Okay, it wasn't closing. Though once I do officially finish this top row, which I have this little one left, I probably will switch in a new brick to work on. I just kind of want to like make sure I'm getting use out of all my bricks. So that's probably what will happen next. But like I said, I do want to finish off this. I will likely use it in my office. That's where I like to use this one, just because I want to enjoy it. Selfish, I know. And then I also did a cube of the Gridiron Rush. These white waxes always get me because they're clear in the dish, like every time. This one is not my favorite. It has that grassy note. I did it in the bathroom though, because I figured that'd be the best place for it. I probably shouldn't have taken this out like this. It just has a lot of that like bergamot, grassiness almost. It was doing okay in there. Like it was fairly strong, but actually it's maybe like the 3rd day it's going, and I mixed it. I have another warmer in there that I put one of these cubes in. It's 100 Acre Wood, which is like kind of a lavendery cotton smell, in my opinion. It's not like lavender cotton, but that's what I think of as like cotton, soft blankets, lavender, that type of thing. This isn't very strong, but I put that in there to mix with it, kind of like one in each warmer, and it's doing really well. Unfortunately, I have 7 cubes of this and 0 cubes of this. And I don't know that I would buy another bar of this like to mix with this one. Okay, moving on from this, I'll get use out of it. Worst case, maybe Corey will use it up. He might like this one. Moving on to the 100 Acre Wood. I like it. I don't love it. I was expecting to like it a lot more. I think it was just too light for me. And I have the scent pack in my Eeyore Buddy, and it's so light too, so I might flip that out and put that somewhere else and put a new pack in him. Not positive, but like I have the Luna pack in Eliza, the elephant, and it does so well. But this pack, not competing. I really want to talk about this. So this was the February scent of the month, Red Pear and Pomegranate. It was the sample that came in the whiff box. There's hair on it. I'm still actually warming this. Can I get the sample thing up? Okay, I'm still actually warming this. It's kind of like died off almost. Like, yeah, you really kind of got to get like close to the warmer to smell it, but it's maybe been like a day, like a full 24-hour cycle. I'm trying to think of when I put it in. I feel like you can smell it, but like it's definitely not as strong as it was. But here's the thing. This smells like something I have smelled before, and I feel like it's a Scentsy wax, but I cannot put my finger on what it smells like. Like, instantly once I smell it, I'm like, oh, it's that scent. Like, it reminds me of something, but I don't know what. It's really just honestly a very fruity scent, and it's nice. I'll have to see what I think of it when I get like an actual bar, but at the current time, I don't know that it's like club worthy for me. So like I said, I'll have to see. Okay, still holding that. Let's talk about some things I did downstairs, because it's like, I feel like I didn't hardly do a lot, because I really felt like this past week I just like let stuff go for days and days and days and was like, who cares? As you guys know, I don't really like lavender and white balsam, but I had 4 cubes left and I was like, I need to get through it. It's so strong. Oh my gosh, okay. That was like not from the wax. Some caught me off guard there, but like the wax is really strong. It's really, really tree forward in my opinion. Like the balsam is the note that comes forward. And I know a lot of people are like, it's white balsam, like it's toned down. It's a lot. So originally I was using this in the spare room because I was like, I don't like it. I went outside my box and I was like, I'm gonna mix it and see what happens. And I used up the other half of my bar of Wassail Wonderland and I mixed it with this. So Wassail Wonderland is like, other people say it's compared to Spiced Grapefruit. If you've had that one, I haven't. But to me, this smells like a fruity, orangey drink with a hint of a tree. Like, hint. Like, I don't like tree scents, but I like this one. So I figured, since I like this one, and when I warmed it, it was a really, really strong performer. And they almost have like, this has a hint of a tree, this is basically all tree. I figured like they might do okay together. Same as my last mixture with the pumpkin marshmallow. For about the first 4 hours, they were like doing okay. After that, I had to go and shut off all the warmers with the lavender balsam. Like, it totally overtook Wassail Wonderland, and Wassail Wonderland was a huge, good performer on its own when I had used it last time. So either that means like this is just a complete boomer, or I don't like the scent, so I could pick it out more than I could pick out the Wassail. These are my thoughts. I'm through this bar though, so I won't be getting any more. And Wassail's in my club, so I will be getting more. But yeah, first I was nervous, like, was it gonna turn me off of using the Wassail? But it didn't, but I had to turn off the warmers with this in it. It's just so strong and so tree forward. If you like tree scents, I hope you put that in your club when it was in Bring Back My Bar. So one day, it got up to be maybe like 45 was the high. Big time here for the Midwest. And so I figured I would put in this summery bar, kind of, I mean, it's like summer smelling. It's Ursula Pour Unfortunate Souls. This was the juiciest bar I've ever experienced in my Scentsy time. Like, I'm fairly new, and this, I had gotten it in maybe the 1st of December, and it's the end of January. it was like there was oils sitting on the top of the bar. That's how juicy it was. And it was new. Like, I don't know. I noticed a lot of my bars were getting wet, like juicy. I put them in the closet because I didn't know if something like the heat in the room was affecting them. I put them all in the closet and I've had no issues since, except for this bar. I don't know why it was so juicy. But anyway, this isn't what this smells like, is it? No, I can't figure out what it smells like. Can't figure it out. Can't put my finger on it. Okay, so this one just has like a lot of berries in it from what I can remember from the notes. And it kind of, in a way, reminds me of strawberry and rock melon. But when I put it in the warmers, it just like didn't wow me. I know a lot of people were like, I can't smell it. I had it in for like 3 days and it did fine. But it just didn't wow me. So I took it out of my club because I was like, I sniffed through my spring and summer testers and I was like, something could easily replace this for me. Like, I don't need any more bars of this. I've been trying to be a little bit more ruthless with myself, with my club, and so this got the boot. And with the juiciness, like that, breaking the bar apart to put it in my warmers was like an absolutely nasty experience. I've never had that happen before. Don't know why that happened with that bar. And then the last little mix I have, I'm actually doing today, is Very Merry Cranberry and Snowberry. So these are playing really, really well together. So starting with Very Merry Cranberry, had 4 cubes of this left. This is just cranberry. It's like the most plain scent I've smelled ever. And I know I said this last time that I warmed it. It's just like, it's plain. It's cranberry. So I thought I was gonna love it way more than I actually do. I just found that it was like so bland being cranberry. So every time I've essentially warmed this after, I've mixed it. And so today I had 4 cubes left of Snowberry, which I actually really like. This one is also like a lot of berries and it says it has cinnamon and something else. Maybe a mint? I'm not sure. It really is just like a really nice berry scent and maybe it has like a little bit of cooling effect to it. I could see warming this even in the spring. I put this in my club because I was like, I think that it's so unique that I think I would be bummed if it like didn't end up coming back. Whereas like Very Merry Cranberry, I can live without. Like if that doesn't come back next catalog, I won't care. But like this, I was like, it's just so unique. I don't feel like something could replace it in the same way, I guess. So I'm mixing these and they're doing really, really well together. And it's not like I dislike the scent of this one, so I think that's helping. I did them in alternating warmers, and it's doing great. So I'm a big fan. If you maybe are looking for a mix, this is a really good one. And also it's snowing today. So I figured like this Christmassy type of mix would be good. So that is everything I got through. These are all my empty clams, so I'm really happy about that. I have so many half or over half used clams that between now and potentially the end of February, I just want to work on getting through as many as possible before I like buy the new spring summer scents. And I know they launch February 1st, but it can snow here till like April or May, honestly. So I don't feel like a need to rush into them, but I'm definitely craving those types of scents. So I'm like fighting myself. But I think for sure through the month of February, I really need to be diligent about trying to use up as many of my half-used bars as possible, just like instead of carrying them over to next fall. So that's kind of my plan, and that's most likely what you'll see during these videos. But yeah, that's all I have for today. Let me know what you guys are melting and have used up down below. But otherwise, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.